And this was a little program that we had developed that was recognized by the Department of Education for safety while children were riding the bus. Yes, this was in 1979 at the first mandated kindergarten class.
Helen Cottongim pages through her photo album, verbally footnoting her memories of the last 50 years. She was officially hired at the Boone County Schools Transportation Department as a bus driver on October 13, 1972. Back then, All in the Family was the #1 TV show, the top-selling car was the VW Beetle, and the cost of a gallon of gas was just 36 cents.
When I started driving school bus, I made $100 a month. Think about that. My daughter says, "You're the only person I know that took a job paying $100 a month and made a career out of it because you wanted to."
And boy, what a career. She became a driver trainer in the 1980s, then a national driver trainer in 1990, and traveled the country advocating for classified school employees while serving on the boards of the NEA, KEA, and KESPA. She was the first president of the Kentucky Education Support Professionals Association. And in 2010, she was celebrated as a bus driver, organizer, and advocate, receiving the NEA ESP of the Year award.
I really have had a desire to make this more, make everything out of this that I could. I've always liked the school bus. I've always liked the kids. And I've always had what I think is a niche to be able to teach and relate to people. This was with a group called the Sparkle Group. It was a gifted and talented group, and they would go every year on a 5-day adventure. This is really funny. We didn't have GPS, so I drew a hand-drawn map of where we were going on one of the Sparkle trips to eastern Kentucky.
In 1977, on a trip to Pine Mountain, the road to Whitesburg was washed out. She had to find a way across and decided to trust a gas hauler going the same direction. His CB handle was Mountain Man.
He goes, "Well, honey, I'm going over that way." He said, "And if you think you can follow me in that school bus, I'll take you over there." That was the challenge. If you think you can follow me. And I thought, you're driving a fuel tanker, a golf fuel tanker, and surely to goodness, I can take this school bus across behind you.
And she did. The kids on the bus thanked the gas hauler on the CB.
And they're hollering, "Thanks, Mountain Man." And he comes back and says, "That's all right." He said, "You just passed the Mountain Man road test, little girl." This is me and my bus, and this was my evaluation from my very first presentation in 1984. Another hand-drawn map going to Alabama. We went to the Space Museum.
Helen's been the recipient of many awards and letters of commendation, some serious, others provide comic relief.
And it says to Helen Cottongim for discouraging a wino maneuvering on unmarked Alabama road in the best ever Sparkle trip bus driver. I don't remember the wino, but evidently a wino was coming up, and I was like, I don't know, you just can't go there. And coming out of Buffalo, we got caught in a tornado. There was a threat, the wind was blowing, and she wrote in this letter, the only way that she could tell I was concerned that I had held the steering wheel so tight that my knuckles were white and I was chewing my chewing gum double time.
Helen considers it a blessing that she can say she worked for 50 years in the same job for the same employer and loved every day of it. And while we celebrate this with her tonight, she will be back at work tomorrow in her current role as safety and training coordinator. No retirement plans yet.
And I'm not sure people are really meant to retire. I drove 3 generations of children, and I think I'm still having that impact by trying to, get across that we're going to do the safest transportation as we possibly can. To sum up what 50 years feels like, is looking forward, it's a long time. Looking back, it was yesterday. I do kind of have an end game. I really do. But I want to keep my options open.
On behalf of the Boone County School District, thank you for all you've done and continue to do for our students and the transportation staff. Congratulations, Helen Cottongim, on 50 years.